This is Late Night Health. This is the radio show that cares about the most important part of your life, your health. During the next hour, the insane Daryl Wayne and I are going to talk about a number of things that touch each and every one of us. We're going to begin our show talking with the first father-son interviews that I've ever done. In other words, we've been talking to Dr. Sinatra, Dr. Stephen Sinatra for years, 15, maybe even 20 years, maybe even longer than that. And now we're going to be talking to his son, Drew Sinatra, and find out about that father-son relationship, because he's also a doctor. He's an ND, a naturopath. Drew Sinatra, welcome to Late Night Health.
Oh, Mark, thanks for having me on your show. And what an honor to follow in my father's footsteps here.
Did you follow, as a physician, your father at one point in his career saw the light and went into what we'll term alternative health, even though he is an MD, right? You were raised in that with that.
With my father, he was very conventional in the beginning, and then I think he started to transition into more of the natural alternative medicine when I was a young boy, and I saw him become a happier person. I saw him become a better doctor because he was using tools that necessarily weren't taught at his medical school, but he was learning along the way with nutrition, diet, lifestyle stuff, supplements, mind-body medicine. And it was great to see that change in him, and that's really what fostered my relationship with natural medicine, and that's why I went into naturopathic medicine, because I saw the changes that are occurring in his patients, and I wanted to make those big changes in my patients as well. And
I'm making an assumption here that not only did you get a great health education and medical education in school, you also met your wife.
That's correct. Yeah. So my wife, Dr. Brianna Sinatra, she couldn't join us on the call today. But yes, we met at Baxter University in Seattle in I think it was around 2005 when we were both at the naturopathic medical school there. And she's from Vancouver originally, and she also has a tremendous passion for natural healing, natural health. And so we're a great team together.
Well, what we'll have to do is we'll have to have her on at some time in the future when she's available. We're going to talk about families. You have children, young children, and with the pandemic and getting back to the new normal, whatever that means, are you concerned about COVID and your kids?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we look at COVID as being something that is very concerning for adults, especially those with comorbidities. The risk with COVID in children is less, of course, but we still are concerned, and we do everything that we can to protect ourselves and our children, while at the same time, though, trying to create some normalcy in their lives. And I think what we're trying to do is protect our children from a lot of the fear and worry and all that's surrounding this whole thing. And we don't want our children to become fearful of other strangers or fearful of family members or fearful of getting sick all the time. So it's this fine balance of being protective and trying to stay safe in this COVID world, while at the same time trying to protect their, this young essence in them, right? This sort of like magical time for them where you don't want to really surround them with fear all the time.
Absolutely. And I know that young people tend not to get sick, but there was a news story the other day about a woman in Virginia, and her 10-year-old daughter died of COVID. And which is horrific. I can't imagine my kids dying. It's not the way it's supposed to be. And yet this woman got up in front of a group at the Board of Education where other people were trying to do away with mask mandates and other things, and saying that the epidemic is over and it really never happened and all of this. Can you give me your thought on that? I mean, is COVID real in your opinion?
Oh my gosh, without question, it's certainly real. And this is an ongoing thing. I mean, like you said a moment ago, what is the new normal? And we're entering a time where this virus is likely going to be circulating around for a long time, if not forever. We don't know at this point. So it's going to be becoming endemic, and it's going to be an issue that we're going to be dealing with for a long time. But absolutely, this is a real thing that we are going through. It is no joke.
One of the things that we should talk about is boosting our immune system. Even some of the primary doctors have indicated that vitamin D would be very important to take right now as we get into the winter months, with the chance that flu is going to also surge. Though we didn't hear about it for a year and a half, they think it's coming back. What can we do to boost our immune system, not only our kids, but ourselves?
Yeah, that's such a good question. And like with flu season coming around, that's going to be mixed up with COVID. There's going to be all these different other rhinoviruses and other cold viruses that are circulating. So there's going to be a lot happening this fall and winter season. So it's advantageous for us to support our immune system. And you mentioned vitamin D. That's a basic vitamin that everyone can be taking to support immune system function. And we tell our patients we like to aim around 50 or 60 for a level. So if you're measuring your vitamin D, you want to sort of aim for that range. And it can be tough to get to that range. I mean, people even take 5,000 IUs per day or even higher, and it can still be difficult to sort of get into that range. But a lot of studies have shown that the higher your vitamin D level, the more robust your immune system is going to be. And, of course, there's other things that you can do in your life. I mean, listen, the stress that we're feeling from the pandemic can really affect your immune system in a negative way. So we really, really, really talk to our patients a lot about stress reduction. How do we transform a lot of the stress that we're feeling into something that isn't going to affect us? And so we always talk about meditation and breathing practices and making sure that people are sleeping correctly, because if you're not sleeping well at night, you're not going to be supporting your immune system. So all these factors really play a role, whether it's supplements like vitamin D or it's, mitigating or minimizing stress in your life, sleeping well, and, of course, eating good, high-quality organic foods when possible. I mean, the problem with the pandemic is that we know that there's metabolic issues involved with a lot of these comorbidities, like diabetes, for example, or being obese. And so I think now is the best time to really start working on these things for people and really working on cleaning up people's diets, not relying on all the processed foods and the sugar, because more people have time these days to really cook in the home, learn how to prepare foods, and really strive to get their health back.
Well, I'm going to promote the fact that I do a cooking show once a week called Mark Alyn Cooks Your Dinner, and we encourage people to eat clean and use organic products whenever possible. And I think, and that's on Facebook. You can find that on Facebook.com. Just look for Mark Alyn Cooks, and you'll be able to find it. And we do that every week. Our guest is Dr. Drew-Sinatra. He is an ND, a naturopathic doctor. We're going to continue our conversation in just a couple of moments as Late Night Health continues. Be sure to stop by and visit us at latenighthealth.com. That's latenighthealth.com. Drew and Daryl and Mark return as Late Night Health moves forward. Late Night Health is proud of our partnership with the EBC, the Evolutionary Business Council. Check them out at ebcouncil.com.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.
role models. They can make all the difference. In our world today, they have never been more important. One of the nation's most successful mentoring organizations is Jewish Big Brothers Big Sisters of Los Angeles. Their mission is to assist youth in achieving their full potential through innovative and impactful programs. And no nonprofit agency does it better. Jewish Big Brothers Big Sisters of LA serves Jewish children, boys and girls in our local community with a mentoring program that's been going strong since 1915. That's only the beginning. This nationally known agency owns and operates Camp Bob Waldorf. Its summer camping and weekend retreat programs enrich the lives of youth throughout greater Los Angeles. Then there's a college support program, and last but not least, work that helps kids all over the world through the Teen Talk app. Want to learn more? Go to jbbbsla.org. Donate, get involved. There's no better way to make a difference.
If you're listening to Late Night Health right now, you're part of the growing target of baby boomers we're serving. Hi, I'm Daryl Wayne, producer of Late Night Health, inviting you to join the Late Night Health family. If you have any business targeting the growing boomer market, Late Night Health is the ideal advertising vehicle for you. From vitamins to insurance, alternative health to Western-style medicine, Late Night Health caters to the growing population of those over 40 years old. This vibrant demographic has expendable income to fight aging, purchase travel, take care of aging parents, or just have fun. Find out about the advertising opportunities with Late Night Health. Call us at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308, or email us at info@latenighthealth.com. That's info@latenighthealth.com. Join Late Night Health as we empower people to take charge of their own health care. Call now at 805-391-0308. That's 805-391-0308.
Recently, I met Jacqueline from Bright here in Los Angeles. She gave me a hearing exam and then showed me how to hear again with the new Signia Pure Series hearing aids, and she can give you your life back too. I hear birds chirping, birds cooing, and even my wife. They easily connect to my smartphone. The Signia hearing aids are amazing, and with the charge and go, I don't have to fiddle with batteries and hear all day long. Not hearing is frustrating for you and your family. I know you don't have a problem, but trust me, call Bright Here now for a free hearing exam, a $125 value, yours free, just for making an appointment now. There are offices throughout the Los Angeles area. Call Bright Here now at 323-424-7100. That's 323-424-7100 for a free hearing exam. There's no obligation. Call now, 323-424-7100, or visit them on the web at brighthere.com. There's a lot of talk all over the internet about the remarkable benefits of Carbon-60, and baby boomers are especially excited about it. Greska's Carbon-60 is the premium Carbon-60, developed by an aerospace and NASA scientist. 95% of Greska's customers report positive results from this Nobel Prize-winning technology in just 4 days. Imagine more energy, better health, and more vitality. It's very bioavailable to quickly mend toxin-crippled cells. This is a super powerful antioxidant. Bob Greska is so confident that you'll love his Carbon-60, he wants to send you a bottle at 50% off the regular price to see how life-changing this will be for you. Call 720-600-6040. That's 720-600-6040. Visit c-60.com to learn more. Call 720-600-6040 now or visit c-60.com.
Sometimes it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Words are a critical aspect of success. How you get your point across is a crucial part of what makes anything sell. So do it right and hire a writer. Whether it's articles, blog posts, technical writings, website content, product descriptions, or ghostwriting anything from a novel to a nonfiction book about your navel, contact Servet Hassan. If you want it to sell, write it right. Email Servet at servet@servethassan.com.
Late Night Health continues. I'm Mark Alyn, along with the insane Daryl Wayne. Visit us at facebook.com/Late Night Health Radio. Lots going on over there. And you can also visit us at latenighthealth.com. Our guest is Dr. Drew-Sinatra. He calls himself, by the way, a health detective. And he doesn't focus on disease care. He focuses on health care. And I like that. You have to open up an office down in Southern California, Drew.
Yeah, I've been in Northern California for a while, so.
We need more guys like you down here. Let's talk about some of the issues that are going on due to the pandemic. I just mentioned that I'm not a good sleeper. Daryl's not a good sleeper. You have a solution for that. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, sure. So, what my wife and I are trying to do here is just provide great information for people to work on some elements of their health during these, tumultuous times of the pandemic. And so we tend to, work on people in terms of helping people calm down their nervous system, or maybe they want to really make sure that they're staying sharp during the day. And in your situation and in Daryl's situation, it's, how do you sleep better? And for sleeping, it's multifactorial because it not only involves the time when you lay your head down to the pillow and you're sleeping throughout the night, but it's also before. It's like, how do you prepare for bed? How do you prepare for a proper night's sleep? And so we always encourage people to turn off all media devices at least an hour before bed. And that includes things like the news or some sort of like stimulating movie or drama that you might be watching that's really going to get your epinephrine and your cortisol pumping through your veins. And really minimizing the amount of light that you're experiencing, and it's particularly with these devices because they emit this blue light, which can actually suppress your body's endogenous production of melatonin. And melatonin is this compound, it's a hormone that helps you fall asleep better. So a lot of people might take melatonin either in like an immediate release or a sustained release form to help them sleep more soundly through the night. There's also GABA, which is this, inhibitory neurotransmitter that really calms down your nervous system, calms down these overactive pathways in our brain that tend to kind of keep us up at night. Some people benefit from doing a little snack before bed, if it's like a little protein snack, or maybe it's like some apples with some almond butter. I've even heard of people doing a half teaspoon of honey to help sustain, blood sugar levels throughout the night, because that can sort of wake people up in the middle of the night. So there's lots of different things you can do for sleep. But like I said, it really involves the preparation beforehand of like turning off all the news, the media devices, and really setting the stage for a sound night's sleep.
And there's a product called Sleep Tight, and you can look for that. That has all those ingredients in there. Staying off digital screens, my wife is always telling me that because I go to sleep reading off my iPad, and I know I shouldn't, but I haven't read a book in a long time, at least a pleasure book. Right? And I know I have to break that habit, and it probably will help. What about staying calm during the day, but I don't want to zone out, Yeah,
no, of course. So for staying calm, it's kind of the same thing in terms of removing things in your environment that may stress you out. So if it's watching the news and then constantly hearing about coronavirus and all these other things that are happening in the world, maybe limit that amount of time that you spend doing those things so that your nervous system isn't fired up all the time and in sympathetic driven mode. I'm a big proponent of breathing, just simple, slow down, paced breathing. There's a great book out there that your listeners can read called Breathe by James Nestor, and it's all about really how to properly breathe and the connection between CO2 and oxygen in your brain health, in your breathing pathways. And it's just so fascinating to me because I think as humans, we don't breathe properly on a regular basis. So you can buy an app called Breathing Zone where you can actually just pace your breathing at 5.5 breaths per minute and do that for 5 minutes a day. I consider that a form of meditation. I think meditation, it can trigger people. They kind of get, thrown off by that word, and they may get a little intimidated with a form of meditation. So you can just do breathing. That's a great way to calm down your nervous system and bring you back into balance. And a lot of people benefit from exercise. That sort of may help, calm them down. There's certain supplements that you can take. We like to recommend this adaptogen, this herb called ashwagandha. It's very popular in Ayurvedic medicine, and adaptogens are known to help adapt people to chronic stress. And who these days isn't under chronic stress?
And one of the things, the foods that help, we've talked about nuts, Peanuts, by the way, apparently are not nuts. They're legumes. They're more like a bean. But almonds and cashews, those are things that they turn into really wonderful butters, and they can help. I was surprised to see sardines on your list.
Oh, yes. So we recommend, foods that may contain some omega fatty acids, and sardines are really high in omega-3s. Also mackerel, wild salmon. These are great, cold water fish that you can consume to get your omega-3s. And omega-3s can just help balance out your nervous system. So that's really why we recommend those.
Got it. What about for kids? I mean, do you limit the time that they can watch? I don't know how old your kids are, but do you limit TV time, for example?
Oh, absolutely. So we've got a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-month-old. And
congratulations!
Luckily, we're in a Waldorf school, so media in and of itself is limited. They don't really have any computers or tablets that they use in school. But hey, we're living in the modern world, so when they come home, we allow them to do some screen time on the weekends. But generally speaking, during the weekdays, we don't do any screen time because we find that their behavior changes when they watch something. They get so focused on watching this cartoon or whatever show it may be, and we see changes in their behavior that we don't really appreciate. So we find that the more media that they do watch, the more their behavior changes, which is really interesting. It's almost like giving a child some cake and then watching them run around the room and go crazy. I mean, TV in a way can do the same thing to their nervous system. It can really distort it.
Yeah, I can, especially when it's like an action film for kids, a action movie of some kind, and there's a lot of agitation. The hero is, not doing so well in the film, and then is saved, and those kinds of stories really can affect kids. What about you and your
Absolutely.
wife? Don't you cuddle up and watch a movie after the kids go to bed?
Oh my goodness!
Or are you reading?
I wish we could, but our 9-month-old is, she wakes up every 2-3 hours to breastfeed, and our kids are, oh my gosh, they're healthy. They go to bed quite late, unfortunately. So sometimes, even on a school night, they're going to bed at 9:30, 10, and then my wife and I are just so exhausted from working all day and putting food on the table, cooking, cleaning, etc., that we're just ready for bed when 10 o'clock hits, and we just don't even have time to watch TV or a movie.
Got it. Well, we're going to continue the Sinatra-Alyn-Wayne relationship, and we're going to say, come back soon. We'll talk some more. Is there a website or anything where people can get information about Drew and Brianna Sinatra?
Yeah, sure. If you just go to drdrew-sinatra.com, and if you want to check us out on Facebook, it's Doctors Sinatra ND.
Got it. Listen, thank you very much, Drew, for spending some time with us. We appreciate it a lot. We will have you back. Maybe we'll have you and your dad back. That would be fun.
I love talking with my dad. That'd be fantastic.
And you have a podcast you do with him too. So
we do.
I know I have a great guest for you. Me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll
that's self-promotion. Drew, thanks a lot. Hold on a second. This is Late Night
Mark.
Health. Join us at latenighthealth.com. We'll be back in just a couple of moments. Take it away, Daryl.
You're listening to Late Night Health with Mark Alyn. The show continues in a moment.